Hey, welcome back to the Arts Department. It's been a while. My name's Autumn Rain Turkel, and this video is a video on happiness as an artist. So let's just jump right into it. One way that you can remain happy as an artist is to set inclusive goals. Set and maintain progress toward personal goals. The growth and progress of understanding is a strong motivating factor when you achieve those goals. So that being said, inclusion of others in those goals can lead to more overall happiness with your life. So rather than setting a competitive goal, include others from your community and turn it into a cooperative goal. The progress that you do together is going to bond you. The positive growth leads to positive feedback in your mind, and rather than seeing art as a competitive activity, you against the world, you'll see it as a cooperative activity, and it'll help you to flourish. Everyone likes people who value team interaction, and it's no different for the creative field. So if you can be positive, creative, and team-oriented, you'll enjoy more professional connections and friends, and be invited to work on more teams and projects that are fun. Now, all of this, hopefully, will help you to be happier with life in general. And speaking of being happier, you can focus on the positives. Most interactions in life are not completely negative and not completely positive. But if you focus on those positives in an interaction, you're more likely to forget the negative aspects, and your memories will be good and the negative will fade away. So in retrospect, the overall memory will be a good one. And while you'll learn from those negative parts, you won't bring them forward to your next interaction with art or the world in general or a client. And it will help you to trust the clients and those who are viewing your work and maintain a positive outlook in the face of any adversity that you might face. In the face of any adversity that you know what I'm saying. You can also forgive the negative. So if something negative does happen, you'll learn to forgive others and foster forgiveness. Everyone in your life at some point or another will do selfish things that hurt you. And if you learn to forgive that hurt, you'll forget the details of the pain. So if someone harshly critiques your work without anything constructive for you to use, you have the ability to let that go and forgive them the indiscretion, keeping in mind, of course, that everyone has bad days, a little empathy, and they may not even be aware that they're hurting you. So feeling empathy for that stance is very helpful. But if you focus on the emotional pains that created that moment, you'll cement those emotions, and every time you look back, you'll relive them and you'll feel that negativity toward them. So releasing that negativity and feeling empathy will help to keep you in a positive headspace. All of this isn't to say you won't remember the interaction. It just won't be colored by a negative emotion. And there's people who are just mean or selfish or unreliable, and you can choose to learn from the interaction, and then you can choose to maybe not spend time with them or do business with those people anymore. But ultimately, forgiving them will keep you moving forward in happiness. Happiness isn't always the goal. There's mounting statistical data that's being happy is not the most important thing when it comes to living a good life. This is especially true for artists. For creatives, sometimes rather than aiming for happiness or fulfillment, it's more important to aim for a psychologically rich life. There was a recent paper in a scientific journal, and the conclusion that they came to was that unlike happy or meaningful lives, psychologically rich lives are best characterized by a variety of interesting, perspective-changing experiences. And they present empirical evidence that happiness, meaning, and psychological richness are related but distinct and desirable aspects of a good life, with unique causes and correlates. They aren't saying that happiness, fulfillment, and richness of experience operate independently. What they're saying is that you can feel one of those more fully than the others and still have a good life. Psychological richness can lead to feeling more rewarding over time. So adding a variety of experiences to your life can help to enrich your overall life. And this correlates to the creative world very much because, like they said, unlike happiness, our conception of richness allows for moments of discomfort and unpleasant emotion. And as artists, we know that artists and creatives, the process of learning and growth can be painful and hard, but ultimately that pain and discomfort leads to a greater sense of fulfillment and richness of life. So a good life may not always be pleasant, but ultimately, as a creative person, it's good for you. Now, it should be said that 1/3 of the participants in that study were the kind of people that enjoyed being challenged. And challenges and experiences should be thought of as another way to achieve a meaningful and good life. And you may find that rather than working towards constant positivity in your life and work, you need occasional challenges to your work and your beliefs to feel good. So give that a little introspection. Maybe you'll find your good life. Let me know below what type you are. I'd love to hear from you. And that is it from the Arts Department. Keep drawing. We'll see you next time.